This force today is the best National Guard I have ever seen in my career. And I go back a few years when I joined. In fact, I had to get on a waiting list to join. I signed up for the Army and Air Guard the same day, but they had put me on a waiting list and the Army called me first. But when you look at that, we always had great people, no doubt about it. Today we have great people, outstanding leadership, experienced, trained, ready to go at a moment's notice, and outstanding equipment. We have to keep that going for the future. But it was these gentlemen that put us on that path for success. For our staff, both all of our directorates across the Army Air Guard and the National Guard Bureau, and my wonderful vice, Joe Lingell, Texas Guardsman, and to our senior enlisted advisors and our NCOs that put together so many things. We signed off yesterday for the National Guard Bureau, where we now have assigned a senior NCO in each of the directorates that's going to help take care of people. And people being anyone, any guardsman, any rank, any civilian, any contractor, to make sure our people are taken care of every day. This is the first time we did that. We had our kickoff yesterday. 378 years ago, Massachusetts Bay Colony stood up an organization that we trace our lineage to. In fact, the unit that came out of that is still in the Massachusetts Guard today. These early colonists came together and they had a few things on their mind. They wanted to make sure that they could defend and respond to the needs of their people, but to defend this new society, this new organization. And I kind of equate that today to our warfight mission. They were prepared to take on any that might take down this new country. And at that time, it was very, very immature as it started, but they knew they needed a defense. They also knew they needed men and women that could step up and protect and respond to the needs of their citizens when there were disasters. And I think if I look back, they probably felt they needed to build partnerships with the region. And if you look at that today, that's exactly what we have in our three mission sets. We provide combat-ready forces to the Army and Air Force. We respond to the needs of our citizens through calls from the governor, and we provide partnerships. Partnerships like Youth Challenge, where we're going to have graduated by the end of this year 130,000 at-risk youth since the program started over 20 years ago, thanks to some of the gentlemen in this room and the ladies in this room. So when you look at the past and you look at today, we have progressed. Our state partnership program, you know, we have 74 state partners. We're probably going to add 2 or 3 more in 2015. In 2014, we conducted 700 specific events in our partnership program. Let me just give you one little bit of information to salute as you think about over the next day, because tomorrow's our birthday. I want you to remember that today, in our warfight mission, there are 10,600 Army and Air National Guardsmen in 12 countries in a deployed status, keeping the watch. Overnight, I had an email from one out of Afghanistan and just wanted to say happy birthday. In addition to that, there are 4,000 responding here in the homeland. We still have Hawaii Guardsmen providing security for the lava flows for those towns that were affected. We're finishing up the snowstorms in New York, the cleanup after that. We have an additional close to 500 guardsmen protecting ports because of the elevated threat in New York. We have the border mission and our counter-drug mission. We have thousands each year that dedicate support to the interagency partners. And the Air National Guard protects the skies over America every day, as they do right now, right where we're standing. If someone were to try to do harm from the skies, they're going to be taken out by the Air National Guard. The tankers will be there to support them when needed. And if they get through for some reason, the Army National Guard is waiting there right now through our JDOC. These are the missions that we do in the homeland, and it's my privilege and honor to represent 460,000 men and women of the National Guard every day. It is truly the most honorable thing I've ever had a chance to do. And as I travel around, if you haven't traveled around and met with these men and women, they are phenomenal. This weekend I was in Colorado, Utah, and Montana for drill weekend. Drill weekend, Utah, formation standing out Camp Williams, and there's a sergeant, staff sergeant who had been wounded in Iraq several years ago. In the last few months, he was at home. He sees a small plane coming in. He's actually studying to be a private pilot. He sees this plane. He knows this plane is not going to make the runway. Plane crashes, catches fire. He runs over. Staff Sergeant Kelly pulls the pilot out of the plane while the plane's burning to safety. We awarded him, on behalf of Secretary McHugh, a Soldier's Medal that day. That's the men and women of the Guard today. Since I did that last Saturday, I've seen 2 more Soldier Medals awarded to Guardsmen in responding in the homeland. But that represents your National Guard, and none of that would be possible. None of that would be possible without the great support here at the National Capital Region of what the Army, Army Guard Directorate, Air Guard Directorate, and the National Guard Bureau do to keep our 54 with resources and with the right future path on force structure and end strength, and making sure the dollars continue to flow. So, on behalf of our full leadership team, thank you so much for what you do. Happy birthday and happy holidays.